Friends, I am back. Free NBA Daily Bets. This is the podcast, the YouTube show. Every day I'm breaking down the NBA betting card from a betting perspective. If this is your first time listening, drop a like, drop a comment. If it's not your first time listening, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get into it. First game up. We have the... let me get to it. Los Angeles Clippers at the Charlotte Hornets. Now the Hornets are still without LaMelo Ball. He's hurt. Josh Green is on the injury report. Mark Williams and Cody Martin look to be out as well. Yeah, Mark Williams won't play. I'm pretty sure Cody Williams is not playing. But Mark Williams, that's kind of a considerable loss for them. He's been playing really well for them. So no LaMelo, no Mark Williams. I don't even know what the line is, guys. I'm sure it's in the double digits. In my opinion, it should be in the double digits. Let's see the scheduling spot for Charlotte. They just lost to Brooklyn by 21. They play Saturday at home against Denver. So they're not in a good spot, guys. They're not in a good spot. It's basically, though, we need to see if the Clippers have any interest in winning this game. Clippers are healthy. No issue for them. Let's see. Scheduling spot. They just beat San Antonio. No back-to-back for them. They're fully rested, ready to go. I mean, I'm expecting like a -10. Let's see what it is. Oh, gosh. Yeah, no, they jacked it up there. They jacked it up there. -14.5. Yeah, I can only see that. Yeah, I mean, there's been the thing with this game, guys. Like a lot of times this year, LaMelo Ball's been out, Miles Bridges been out, Brandon Miller's been out a lot. Now Mark Williams for them. Like teams know they can beat the Hornets. Like they don't need to come out all crazy and try to score a lot of points. I mean, sometimes it happens naturally because the Hornets are just that bad offensively, but I'll lean Clippers -14.5. I'm not going to bet it. Over-under's 213.5. I do like taking the Hornets under their team total, especially against a good defensive team like the Clippers, but this team total is going to be 99.5, something like that. Jeez, not even in the hundreds. So if you think the Hornets get to 100, bet the over. Conversely, the Clippers, 106 plus 8, 113.5. I don't know, guys. I'm going to stay off that game. That game is, it's a clear Clippers spot, but it's priced out of my ability to, well, not my ability, but just like I don't know. I can't gauge. It's middle of January or it's end of January. Like I can't gauge these guys' motivation right now. All right, next game up, we got the Dallas Mavericks at the Detroit Pistons. And for Detroit, let's check their injury situation. Fully healthy. Check their scheduling situation. They just had a rough end to their road trip. They had a good start to it. They won the first 2 in a row against Houston and Atlanta. Really solid wins. And then I called them correctly losing at Orlando, 5-unit max bet with Orlando. And then I bet them the next 2 games thinking they were going to bounce back, and they just got obliterated. Lost by 19 to the Cavaliers. Lost by 14 to Indiana, but it really wasn't even close. Now they start a 5-game homestand, 6-game homestand. No back-to-back here. I mean, off 3 losses in a row. They haven't lost 4 in a row all season except for the first 4 to start the season. So they've only lost 4 in a row once. That was back at literally the first 4 games of the season. The only issue is Dallas needs to keep winning. and they're getting healthier. So everyone's good to go for them except for obviously Luka is still out. Maxi Kleber's out. Dwight Powell's out. Dante Exum is out. So, I mean, those are a lot of players, but they still got Kyrie Irving, Spencer Dinwiddie, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, Gafford, Quentin Grimes, Najee Marshall, Jaden Hardy. Like, I mean, they're good. They're good. They're fine. They just beat the Pelicans, and that was a good win for them, coming off the loss against Boston. And they beat the Wizards. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. No back-to-back for them either. Both teams are rested. Dallas has won 3 out of their last 4. They're playing better, guys. This game's tough for me because I want to bet both teams, but the line's a pick 'em. Dallas is a small favorite, -1. I think Detroit wins the game, but more than anything, so Detroit, when they really care, they'll play defense. You see in their 2 wins on the road trip, 107, they held Houston to 96, and they held Atlanta to 104. They lost the 2 games before that. Then they went crazy on offense. Dallas likes to play fast, I believe. Yeah, they scored a lot the last 2 games. So lean over. Let's see what the over is. 228. That's it. Let's see what the over/under trends are for both of them. Over/under for Dallas. Let's see. Detroit 24-22, and Dallas is at 25-23. So slight overs for both of them, but I don't know. The Pistons are kind of, I thought I had them figured out over/under wise, but then kind of been going back and forth now. But the only thing is, like, if you think Dallas is going to score well, it's going to go over, because I can guarantee you Detroit's going to keep it close, guys. That's what I really feel strongly about. We're going to get a really good game from Detroit. Is it going to be good enough? I think it is. I think they win. Let's see. Detroit plays. Let's see if they played each other yet this season. No, they have not. So I lean Detroit, and I lean over 228.5, guys. I don't know. I want to bet it, but I'm trying to really like make sure everything I'm looking over is crystal clear and ready to go. So I'm gonna wait. I'm going to sleep on that. I do like Detroit, though. I think they snapped a 3-game losing streak, and I do like the over. Next game up, we got the Denver Nuggets at the Philadelphia 76ers. The red-hot Philadelphia 76ers, man. This team is hot right now. And, I mean, they're hot because they're playing without Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Andre Drummond. They're going small. So I do want to bet the over in this game. I hope it's not too high. I really hope it's not too high, because both these games went under. Both these teams last game went under the total. And the 76ers are trotting out a really small ball lineup right now. They're starting Eric Gordon at the 2, Oubre at the 3, Justin Edwards at the 4, Yabu Sealy at the center position. Like that's pretty small, guys. So and Eric Gordon's just a 3-point specialist at this point, you know. They've been scoring, guys. They've been scoring. So and they're at home. This is like their what? Let's see, 4th home game in a row, 3rd home game in a row. They're on a 4-game win streak. They've scored over 117 points in 3 out of 4 of the last 4 wins that they've had. They have a day off. No back-to-back for them. The only thing is that you're getting Denver in a really, really pissed off spot because they've lost 3 games in a row. And I watched a little bit of the end of that New York Knicks game that they played the other night on ESPN, and they just, defensively, they're just not good. And that's why all their games are going over. And you see their last 3 games, they've given up 122, 129, 133 points. A lot of freaking points, guys. this is the front end of a back-to-back for them as well. They play Saturday at Charlotte. So, I mean, they need to win this game, guys. They've lost 3 in a row. They're going to win this game. They're going to win this game. Let's see what the spread is. My goodness, that's high. -8.5, -9. Guys, I know the 76ers are not playing anybody like on their roster. It's literally Maxey and everyone else. I mean, Maxey's been going off. Maxey knows he's had to go off. So he's got over 30 points in the last 3 games in a row. Man, I hate to step in front of hot teams like Philly. I'm not going to bet it, guys. I think the line value is kind of crazy. Honestly, to have the Sixers at +9 on their home court on a 4-game win streak with the same group of guys that they've been playing with and beating good teams with. Like, they beat, I think Paul George played against Cleveland, but they beat Chicago, they beat the Lakers on the second night of back-to-back, and they beat the Sacramento Kings rested. And they were on the second night of a back-to-back. So, man, I like Philly +9. Let's see what the over-under's at. 231.5. Man, Philly goes small ball. Man, guys, I don't like that line. I hate when I don't get a good line or what I think the line should be, because I want to bet Denver, but I wish it was more like -6, -5.5. I know that'd be a little low without Paul George and Embiid and Drummond and all that. That's why it's so high, but yeah, I can't get there. Over under though, 231.5. Split it in 2, 116 -4, 110.5 for the team total, 111.5 for the 76ers. I don't know, guys. I'd lean over, but I don't feel great about it. Probably gonna stay off that game. Okay, next game up. We got Chicago Bulls at the Toronto Raptors. See, Toronto. I like Toronto. I want to bet Toronto, guys. Grady Dick is questionable. Kelly Olynyk, Emmanuel Quickley. Grady Dick's questionable. Olynyk is questionable. Oh, Emmanuel Quickley's questionable. Okay. So they might get everybody back, the Toronto Raptors. But they've had their best players back for a while. I mean, R.J. Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, those are the best players, in my opinion. Emmanuel Quickley's nice, but I don't know. I like those 3 better than him. Now, they have won 5 in a row. Wow. 7 out of their last 8. One of the hottest teams in the NBA right now. No back-to-back. Start of a 4-game homestand. They really didn't beat anybody except for Orlando. They beat Atlanta twice, banged up Atlanta team, and then they beat New Orleans and Washington. So they haven't beaten anybody. Well, before that they beat Golden State and Boston. I don't know, guys. This team's handling business right now. They're not only winning; they're winning by margin right now. Let's take a look. And remember, Zach LaVine's not with Chicago. There's something personal going on with him. But everyone else is good to go except for Talen Horton-Tucker. He's a bench guy. I know Chicago's been losing a lot. Let's see. Chicago, they've lost 3 out of their last 4. Actually, 2 and 3 in their last 5. That's not like terrible, but before that they had a 5-game losing streak. So and they just lost by 20. They beat Denver at home. That was gritty. That was with LaVine. LaVine's not there, guys. You know what? This is the way to attack it, guys. Let's see what the spread is. What? -3.5? Hold on, guys. Hold on. -3.5? Chicago really have a chance to win this game? I don't think so. That's a bet. Like, why is Chicago plus 3.5 against Toronto? Like Toronto, like I would see if they're barely beating the bad teams. You know, you can only play who you have on your schedule, but they smoked the bad teams. So that shows me like, oh no, this team, the Golden State win and the Boston Celtics win, that's not a fluke. Now they lost to Milwaukee at Milwaukee. That was a bad loss. But Milwaukee was pissed off, I believe, in that game and needed a win. I can't remember exactly, but I think that's what happened. But anyways, nah, they can beat Chicago by 4, guys. Come on, that's a play. I gotta play that. That's a play. I don't like if Chicago freaking surprises me like that and freaking comes out and wins or keeps it close, like super close at the end. I'll be pretty darn surprised, guys. All those guys' names are circulating in trade rumors right now. Vucevic, Levine, Kobe White's just into the lineup. You know, I don't love their bench. Nah, guys, that's crazy. Over unders 231. Okay, so man, Bulls though. Bulls. So they only scored like 100 something. Yeah, they only scored 100 on the dot against Boston last game. I want to bet Chicago team total under. I did it last game, and it worked in the first half, but not for the full game because Denver just melted down. I don't know what happened to them. But it'll be 116, 114 and a half probably, 113 and a half, something like that for the Bulls. I don't know if they can score without so before their little offensive outburst against Denver. They only scored 97, 106, 112, 102. And that was on the road, too. A lot of those games were on the road. So, they're back on the road. They only scored 100 last game. Asking them to get to 115. And I say that because Toronto's been playing really good defense at home. Or just in general of late. Like, they held Wizards. Well, it's Wizards. That doesn't count. New Orleans to 104. And New Orleans has been scoring a lot of points recently. Atlanta 94. Atlanta 119. That was a lot. That was on the road, though. At home against Orlando, they held them to 93. At home against Boston, 97. Against Golden State, 101. This team likes to play good defense at home. I just wonder if Chicago's going to let go of the rope. And that's why I feel more comfortable going Toronto minus 3.5. Because just in case Chicago lets go of the rope, then, it could get the game out of hand, and then Chicago would get like a bunch of garbage points and get over that team total of 114.5 or whatever it's going to be. So, yeah, I like Toronto team total over, but it's going to be high. I don't love it that much. I think they do try to play defense and not running gun with Chicago, and I like them to win by margin, guys. That's going to be an official bet for me for sure. Sorry, one last thing. Yeah, Toronto does not play on a back-to-back. They play on Sunday. So, yeah, I don't get that. I think that climbs up, guys, to like -5. Yeah, I think so. I really do. Let me see. Is there a -3 there? Let's see. Yeah, there's a -3 with a little bit of juice. -114 at FanDuel. All right, let's go on to the next game, guys. We got the Milwaukee Bucks at the San Antonio Spurs. Giannis is on the injury report per usual. He is probable. Bobby Portis is still ruled out with a personal situation. Chris Middleton probable. AJ Green questionable. Now, they just had a good win, a bounce-back win at Utah, and then they lost at Portland. That's right. So they're 2-2 in their last 4 games, guys. They beat Utah. They beat Miami at home. They got kind of controlled by the Clippers. And then the damn Trailblazers, man. They just keep winning. So, hats off to the Trailblazers. But anyways, San Antonio, this is their second game back from France. Let's see here. Everybody is healthy. Literally everybody's healthy. And let's take a look at... So they've lost 5 out of their last 6. Wow, they've lost 8 out of their last 10. Jeez. And they were kind of doing some winning before this losing slump that they've had. This is the front end of a back-to-back for them. They do play Miami at home on Saturday. No back-to-back for the Bucks. They play at home against Memphis. These two teams just played on Wednesday, January 8th. Bucks won 121-105. Let me see where that spot was for them. There's a normal spot for the Spurs, man. The spread's low, guys. It's -3 Bucks. -3.5. Milwaukee off a loss is pretty good money, but this game just smells like a Spurs spot, like Friday night home crowd, healthy. It's just the Bucks off that loss. Oh man, that's tough, guys. That's tough. I want to bet the Bucks. I don't know why I'm not like more excited about it. I just Spurs in this little losing slump that they're in. Like I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel like they're gonna bounce back well here eventually. You know, them winning in France against Indiana the way they did, that shows that they're capable of it. They've been giving up a lot of points. They have not been playing good defense. That's one thing for sure. So, bad spot for them. Why am I? Sorry, guys. Why am I not more excited about the Bucks right now? I should be really excited about them. I don't know. Over under is 231. 117.5 for the Bucks, or 116.5 for the Bucks. Team total over. Them get to 117. I like that, guys, because when they win, they've been scoring points. Yeah, look at this. This is a good trend, guys. This is a good trend right here. Their last 6 games, 6 wins that they've had, they've scored over 122 points. 122 points in each of those games. So if I think the Bucks are going to win, they're probably going to get over that number. Yeah, and before that, they've gone over that in 9 out of their last 10 wins. They've got to 120 points. So maybe that's a safer way to go, because I do think San Antonio may win this game. So let's take the points then. Let's go 116.5 or 117.5 for Milwaukee team total over. I think they win. But if not, I mean, I think they're going to have a good performance. So, yeah, that's the way I look in that game, guys. I lean Milwaukee -3. I might get there with it. Milwaukee team total over 117.5. I think I'm going to get there with it. San Antonio hasn't been playing any defense, like, at all. Milwaukee likes to score. Bobby Portis being out kind of worries me, but I don't know, guys. San Antonio might be the play. That's a tough game. I got to sleep on that one, guys. That's a tough game. All right, next game up. We got the Boston Celtics at the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's look at the line. It's high. It's -11. Over under is 231. Let's take a look at the injury report for the Boston Celtics. Sam Hauser and Al Horford are on it. Hauser's questionable. Horford is probable. Boston, they've been going back and forth, winning and losing, guys. Off a nice win against Chicago. They lost to Houston the game before that. Won against Dallas the game before that. Lost to the Lakers before that. Beat the Clippers, a very short-handed Clippers team in overtime the day before that, or the game before that. So they're 3-2 in their last 5. They've just been alternating wins, losses. No back-to-back for them. They beat New Orleans recently on January 12th, Sunday, January 12th, by 1 point. Let's take a look at New Orleans. New Orleans, DeJounte Murray, I believe, is probable. Hawkins is questionable. Yeah, Murray's probable. Daniel Tice is doubtful. But other than that, they got C.J. McCollum, they got Trey Murphy, Zion Williamson. Man, am I gonna bet? I am gonna bet the Pelicans, guys, and I'm trying not to be like just exiling teams. I don't want to just give up on teams and say, hey, you can't bet them. The only team I'm officially doing that to are the Washington Wizards. That team has no heart. That team is bad coaching. That team has bad players. Like I should be fading them more. I don't know why I didn't fade them yesterday against the Lakers and the day before that against the Raptors. Like, just need to fade that team. Just keep fading them. They might literally break a record for like the worst ATS record this season. Like that team cannot keep a game close to save their lives. Literally. So let's see the Pelicans' record. Okay, so they've lost 4 in a row, but before that they won 4 in a row against bad teams. Well, kind of bad teams. They lost to Memphis. They lost at Charlotte in an embarrassing fashion. They lost at Toronto in bad fashion, kind of. So, and when they come home, they give really good effort. Okay, and what was it? Willie Green got ejected for showing emotion the last game. I thought that was funny. Zion Williamson told him he appreciated his coach getting emotional and getting ejected. Thought that was funny. It kind of shows you what kind of leader they're missing in New Orleans. Like, he should have been doing that earlier, leading his team, because his team quits. His team quits in the fourth quarter. The last game they didn't quit against Dallas, guys. They came back. It was a 4-point game at the end of the game. They hit a meaningless 3 at the buzzer. The score looks closer than it is, but that's the kind of effort you're going to get from a home team, guys. So they play Monday, so they have 2 days off. They play at Denver, so they go on a road trip, but Friday night home crowd, defending champs in the building. You almost beat them the other day. Man, I really feel in my heart the Pelicans keep it respectable. I mean, they may lose by 10, but the spread's plus 11. So Pels plus 11. I mean, they're so healthy, guys. I mean, well, more than they usually are. I gotta give the Pels a chance. I can't exile them yet, guys. I can't do it yet. I want to, but they keep showing a little bit of effort at home, and like I can't ignore that. If they show some effort, they'll keep it close against Boston, guys. They will, or they should. They should. Over unders 231. New Orleans is such a heavy over team. Boston's such a heavy under team. New Orleans they don't care about playing defense, really. They don't. All their opponents get a 120 like it's nothing. Huh. Well, what about Pelicans team total? They got to 136 last game. Last home game before that, 123, 136, 119. They got to 119 at Boston. Their team total is going to be like 110.5. I don't know. That's kind of high. Boston can really hunker down and play defense if they want to, so I can't rule that out. Man, I like plus 11. The total I lean over. I don't feel great about it. Man. Yeah, Pels plus 11. I don't love it, guys. I don't love it. Last game up. We got the Phoenix Suns at the Golden State Warriors. Now the Suns beat the Warriors. They beat them twice this year. Let me see. First for that, Warriors injury report is clean except for Draymond and Kuminga, but everybody else is good to go. Yeah, Green's out. Draymond's out for this game. Now, they look really good. They had one of their best wins of the season. Last game at home against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've won 3 out of their last 4. 3 out of the last 4 were home games. This is the 5th game of a 6-game homestand for them. They had just lost to the Suns. No, they beat the Suns. They beat them 109-105 on Saturday, December 28th. Let's see. And then they lost the game. They lost the other game, first game against the Suns at Phoenix by 8. So, let's see Phoenix. Man, this Phoenix team is so annoying, guys. I can't stand this Phoenix team. Like, just so annoying. So they've been winning more. They have not had a 2-game losing streak since Saturday, January 4th. That speaks to their ability to bounce back. Now they had their bounce back games were against Atlanta at home, Washington on the road, that doesn't count. Brooklyn on the road, that doesn't really count. So this is the front end of a back-to-back for them. They play Saturday at Portland. Golden State plays Monday, so they have 2 days off after this. So this is just a clear Golden State spot. Like, not a clear, but like rest advantage. I don't trust Phoenix on the road. Yeah, I don't trust Phoenix on the road. They got, well, both teams have a lot of trade circulations going around. Man, the Suns are healthy. That's the only thing. The Suns are healthy. Really healthy. Man, I think I'm not going to bet the game. If I had to, I'd bet Phoenix. I'll give them one more chance to show themselves as a worthy Western Conference opponent. And then if they don't win this game off of a loss like how they had to the Timberwolves and all that stuff, like Golden State, if they lose respectfully, okay, I understand. Like, Golden State can put together a really, really good game like they did last game, even with their roster right now without Green and Kuminga, they can. So I lean Suns. I don't love it. I'm not going to bet it. Over under is 226.5. And some over money coming in on it. I don't love that over money, honestly. I kind of like the game to go under. I'm not going to bet it, but if I had to, it would be under 226.5, and let it keep climbing. Yeah, I want to bet the Warriors, guys, but I just Suns should be really hungry for this game. Not to say the Warriors won't be. It's a tough game, guys. It's a tough game. I mean, I could see it going either way, honestly. But I lean Suns, but I'm not going to bet it. Okay, so those are the games, guys. Appreciate y'all for watching. And remember, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I am at Twitter for all my official plays at Easy Money Wins. I'll see you on the next show.